Today, I'm breaking down the team that had the most total eliminations in the CourageJD Cup, outplacing even top pros in both kills and placement on NA Central. We're going to watch their fights and break down exactly how they win 1v2s, 2v2s so consistently, and this isn't going to be edited like crazy, it's strictly informational, focusing on their decision making, positioning, and fight control so you guys can apply it to your own games. And make sure you guys like and subscribe for more content like this, and let's hop right into their best match of the tournament. Alright, so as you guys can see, they are landing into Lethal Labs right here. Now he does get a pistol off rip and he does fry that kid, but he doesn't actually get the pick. About 3 minutes into the match, this is where they get into their first fight when they are rotating from Lethal Labs into this section over here. Now, as you guys can see, he actually starts off by creating a bunch of space around the single player as he knows the teammate was up above. Now the teammate starts to come down and he's trying to pressure this wall, and his teammate is now coming from above. So in this scenario, these two players are actually in a horrible position, and this person isn't even boxed up because he's too focused on the player right here. And this player is going to come over the top. As you guys can see, he doesn't see the player that is right here, and the edit is wide open, but that's okay because his teammate is in here pressuring this kid while he is pressuring this kid. And he gets the pick right there, and then it's a 2v1, and they just clean up that fight really, really quick. And then as soon as they get done with that previous fight, there's another team. And that's why it's very important to finish your fights out quick, because if you didn't finish out their fight as quick, they would have got third-partied and possibly died. As you guys can see, he's absolutely crazy mechanics. It's a nice 100 pump, and the kid kind of just gives up and starts swinging his bat at him. Now, they know the other player's below, so they're both going to pressure at the same time and hopefully pinch the player. And he realizes that was open, and so they just both get in his face. And they once again close out that fight really, really quick. They also noticed a reboot in Bollywood Boulevard, so they started pushing over that way. And as you guys can see, he got this kid full box without having to do anything. And the way he did that is by creating a false box, basically. So he created this box right here, and then he created more space. So when this player broke in, he could edit and full box the other opponent. Cracks him, and the kid has no option to get out. So now it's just a 1v2 and cleans that fight up nicely without even needing his teammate. Once you guys see, again, there is the reboot van that just finished. So they know another duo is here as well. You're going to see a lot of them pushing because in order to get those 36 kills that they needed for this game and the win, they needed to push as many players as possible. Now, if we open up our map right here, there's actually two different teams in this little area. So if they do take a fight, they need to be wary that there's another team and they could get third-partied pretty fast. But once again, since they close out their fights so fast, it's not that big of an issue. Now, they don't actually see anyone because once again, if we come to drone free, the kids over here are just sitting AFK. They're not moving at all. One's sitting in this house and one's sitting over here. And you don't want to be like this duo that's super far split apart, because if this kid gets keyed right here, the teammate won't have enough time to actually get over and help him. And then once again, if we come over this way, you'll once again see that these kids are once again hiding as well, but they're actually in a more they're in a better spot because they're not split up and they're both holding each side of that door. Now, once again, he had no idea that there was another team there, but his teammate actually gets in a fight. Now, his teammate was running and he actually did hear someone, and so he did get into a fight. And you got to realize that this duo is very far split apart. If we open up the map, one is all the way over here where those two players were that no one knows about, and then the other is over here fighting a 1v2. Now, the thing that this player does right here, Rain Hopper, is he got some good entry damage on one of the players. He hit 101, and so he just needs to hold up until his duo can get there. And once again, as soon as his duo got there, he started applying pressure, and his teammate got a knock right there on our Slixies, and now they just have to do a quick pinch on the other player and get that finish. The other player's going to try and hide once again, but they have two ways to pinch him, so there's not much he can do there. Now, after that fight, they decided to start going into a zone because they were outside of the zone after that fight, so they wanted to get ahead, and they did see multiple teams fighting right here. So the first teammate starts applying a lot of pressure and then starts creating even more pressure because they noticed that they just got out of a fight. He actually cones both of them right here, and so he breaks one out, hits 100, and his teammate's already here, so they're both creating great pressure from both sides, and he actually does get the pick right there. Now they just have to collapse on this single player, and as you guys can see, there's nothing that kid can do because they're coming from both sides of a different wall. So it's just the craziest, quickest fight ever. And once again, they see more kids on the mountain, so they're going to go instantly push again. Once again, they try and get some opening entry damage. If they can't, then they just do some crazy mechanics and just push as fast as possible. Get an opening tag for 100 and gets in his face, full boxes him and hit him for 200. Once again, these two don't even need to play together to fully dominate 1v2s. They are both super mechanically gifted and just really well put together to aim, piece control, and all of that. Now, he sees that his teammate is low, so that's why he started to come back over here because his teammate's fighting a whole different team. So he tries to come back. He did get beamed, but he did heal up, and his teammate actually gets knocked right here. Once again, he gets huge opening beam on that team and then decides to heal up. Now, right here, if his teammate and him didn't get split up and his teammate didn't die right here, I think they could have dropped somewhere around a 40 to a 45 bomb because they could still get 36 kills in this game. But that's just because that they got split up and one died. Now, if this duo right over here, didn't kill his duo, or if his duo did a 1v2 against these players, I feel like, yeah, once again, it would be a very different game with a lot higher kills and probably would have finished the game out a lot sooner than it actually did, as this is a 21-minute long game. And as you guys can see, he's not scared of the 1v2. He healed up till he's at 150 health, and now he is just full pressuring them. And these kids are pretty darn scared of him because, I mean, I would be too. As you guys can see, he got a big hit on this Ferrari skin right here, and then he tried to create as much space and peace as possible. And once again, he does get a wall on the kid and then just finishes out that fight really quick. Gets his finish, and now he is full health in order to go fight and kill the duo really fast. He doesn't know where the duo is, but then he hears them right behind him, and so he in full pieces him and gets the fill and gets the full kill, and now he has the mythic shotgun. Now, all he has to do is get its reboot and go reboot him. As you guys can see, there's actually someone rebooting right here. So he's either got to kill them or scare them off the reboot, and that's exactly what he does. Full pieces him. Now, look at this right here. This is something that I want a lot of you guys to do. He does not have height. This player right here is boxed up and technically has height, but isn't abusing it. And as you guys can see, he's taking a really close angle with this fight, and he got a one swing on the wall, so he knows it's low. Now, once again, he's creating more space. Right here, I would have personally put a cone in this little area right here and 2 walls behind him so he couldn't get sprayed. Now, he does double swing, but he hits that wall first and then breaks this wall and finishes it. He gets that wall, and then once again, he creates more space. Now, he knows he did damage to the other player, so he can start faking the reboot or fully off. And he knows that the player is probably going to push, so he's got to be aware for every spot he could push. Somehow right there, he got really lucky. I thought he knew that that wall was not his, but he didn't. So that player over there actually kind of messed this up. He could have killed him and got the mythic shotgun and possibly won the game. But because he missed that shot after opening that wall or hit a very low and weak shot, this player was able to one pump him basically. And now he gets a free reboot on his teammate with a bunch of free loot so they can just continue pushing more players. Now they do nothing for about another 3 minutes. They heal up, move around, and rotate. And they're back to where they originally dropped, which is at Lethal Labs. And right here, he starts getting keyed, but he actually gets the one pump off. I don't know why that kid's keying on 100 health. And once again, he gets shot. Absolutely fries the kid in the bush. And every single time you watch this player play or his teammate, they always get a good amount of entry damage before pushing. And if they do not get a good amount of entry damage before pushing, when they do push, they will always get a big hit before fully pressuring them. Once again, crazy mechanics. He's going to probably go for the full piece here or just hit an absolute nasty clip. Holy smokes. Now he knows that player's hit 139. He does not know where the teammate is because the teammate kind of went somewhere else. And then his teammate is below him. Hits a nice one pump, gets the finish. And now, once again, he just has to kill his teammate as he knows he hits the mate a lot. And he just kills him instantly. And once again, you will see this a lot, especially with Honor X's. He just absolutely destroys duos. He doesn't even need a duo to basically get as many kills as he has. Real quick before we jump into the next part, I need to talk about something that actually made my game feel way better. Risen's Tweaks. It's a performance optimization tool designed specifically for players who are tired of lag spikes, low FPS, and delay ruining their fights. It fixes all of that by optimizing your setup so your game feels smoother, faster, and way more responsive. I've been using it for a while now, and the difference is instant. Building feels cleaner, edits feel more connected, and fights feel like they're actually reacting to your inputs instead of delaying everything. If you want the same boost, use code FLOW at checkout for 15% off, or just click the link in the description. Don't let lag hold you back. Get Risen's Tweaks today and play at your full potential. Now, I would show you most of the mid game, except for I don't want to make this video 45 minutes long and breaking down every single fight. Basically, the 7 other fights that happened in between the last clip and now, it was the exact same thing. He would get into a 1v2, he would kill one of the players, get a bunch of damage on one, and then the other player would push, he would kill that player, and then the other player would try to either run or try to fight, and the other player would would always lose because they were at a major health disadvantage. They did fight as a duo twice in those 7 fights, and they cleaned up the other duos way faster. I think the average fight length with this duo is about 15 to 20 seconds. So they're killing a duo in 15 to 20 seconds, which this cleanup time of fights is faster than most pro gameplay. However, this is a skin cup, so it's not as crazy as it seems. But once again, dropping 155 kills was higher than most pros playing this tournament as well. All right, so now we're getting more into the kind of end of this match. Now, he's still in a fight, and it is basically a 1v2. But as you guys can see, the circle is shrinking down, and there is 12 players left in this big of a zone just because they basically killed out the whole lobby. Now, they did get really lucky with this zone pull as they started their match right here, and then they pushed out this way and then came all the way back for the end game. So they got really lucky with the zones, and that's why they were able to pull off this high kill win. But once again, they do win almost every single fight they do. And if they do lose a fight, the second duo always comes in clutch. So now we're going to watch this end game and see what they do to finalize the win and just get the maximum amount of kills they could have. Once again, he is fighting a 1v2 here. And he gets the full piece on him and just instant one taps him. Now, as you guys can see, this player always creates a lot of space. Regardless of what he's doing, he always creates, once again, a lot of space. If we look right here, look at how much builds are his. We got this box right here. We have another box right here, another box right here, bunch of builds around this area. This wall is his. So as soon he's protected from this whole side right here. Technically, I would have liked to put another wall behind because as you guys can see, there's players right there. But once again, he cleans up fights so fast. By the time he shoots and gets a kill, he's usually done with the fight. It's another crazy shot. Once again, creates more space, takes the wall, and almost sells right there. He should have not swinged wide right here. He should have played more passive, and he should have sat behind this wall right here and jumped up and peeked and got the extra damage, because now he has to heal up and waste time healing up instead of going and keying more players. So once again, just because you're about to win a fight doesn't mean you always take that risky peek, because he could have got one pumped there. So instead of dropping down and doing this wide angle peek where he peeks out this side, I would have liked to see him peek from right here and jump up and get that kill, because then it makes him so he has still full health, so he can go just instantly key more players. Now, by this time, he has 20 kills. His teammate has 10. There is 10 people remaining, so they could have dropped a 40 bomb still, but I think because of this one issue right here where he took a lot of damage and he has to waste about 10 seconds healing up, he actually misses out on getting some fights in. Now, he does see that kid gliding in the air and land on the tree, so he knows that, and he sees his teammate gliding in, and he does get damaged right here once again. He does get some opening damage on that player. Once again, he got him, hit him 95. I don't know why everyone starts jetpacking right away. He could have got another free kill there, but decided not to. And even with the 135 health, he's still landing on this player. Once again, him and his duo are pressuring from both sides. His teammate's right here. He's right here. They're both pressuring from both sides, so it leaves this kid with basically no way to fight back. He could have created multiple boxes and spaced out and prolonged the fight, but he decided not to. And then once again, they get keyed by another team. Gets a huge hit for 116, and his teammate tries to follow him rotating out, but instead gets full boxed and killed. And then he goes out into Storm to get the final kill. Once again, right there, they just destroyed two separate teams, one team with full health and a duo and a single player that his teammate got knocked. They destroyed those three players in the time span of 25 seconds. His teammate actually gets knocked here to Storm, so it's all up to him to get this win. And once again, he still needs another 3 kills in order to get the 36 with the win. Now, he does not have that much health, so he either needs to get a refresh right here, as well as he only has 52 builds, or he needs to play this extremely safe. And based off of what I'm seeing, he's playing it relatively safe until the later part, and then he gets a couple refreshes. He starts to pressure a duo, but then he realizes that he does not have the health or the mats to take this fight, so he drops down and starts healing up. Make sure everything is reloaded. Now, by this time, he does have to rotate, and he does have a team above him and a kid pushing from over there. Now, he does start rotating, and he did get some damage on these two kids, so he's trying to finish out this fight, because if he can kill this duo, he only has one more duo he has to take out. He gets 45 damage right there, and then tries to get some peace. He does get hit hard for right there. Once again, he is 9 HP right here, so he has to get a refresh or he basically dies. Right there, he gets a big pump. Surprised no one looks at him right here. and gets a free kill because he's 9 HP, but he does get the finish and he does get some heals. So now he can fully play out this match. Once again, he only has 45 builds right here. That is a good amount for endgame, and so he just continues to key these players. I would have liked to see him pop another mini, just in case, because you can get easily one pumped this season if you do not have 150 health. And even at 150 health, you can get one pumped really easily this season. So I recommend always trying to have at least 150 health before pushing people. But once again, this kid is super confident in his playstyle, and he does close out fights extremely fast. So it's okay that he is doing this. This kid leaves an edit open right here, looking at another player in Storm, which is the wrong thing to do. I would have just played it safe, and he knew that this player was pushing him, which makes no sense why he'd leave the edit open. I don't know if this kid was playing with his headphones off or something, but as you can see, he leaves a wide open edit. And our player actually does miss the pump, which is a crazy thing. Then once again, boxes up and heals. He should have done this from the start, but he does it now. Tries to get some peace, does not get it. He's going to pressure the kid below, gets a 1 pump, and now it's a 1v1, and he has only 34 builds, and he's going for a clip. Hits him for 40, then he actually drops down, and the last kill is kind of crazy because the dude on height just kind of jumps off. He had the bat out, he just didn't jump. What a game. As you guys can see, he had 26 elims and his teammate only had 10. So this kid is the best fragger that I've seen in a while. That is not a pro. It was some crazy good fights, good damage, and everything like that. Now, I was going to show you some more games because as you guys can see, the match history is pretty darn crazy. They do die off spawn a lot right here, or get into some bad fights and they split apart and die, which is very rare that happens in their good games. But basically, all their good games was the exact same thing. They would land, push, continue pushing. Most of the time would be 1v2s. I did watch them. And when they did 2v2, they would close out fights extremely fast, 5 to 10 seconds. They'd get in, hit 150, and get out. But yeah, absolutely crazy team. W kills and a great tournament by them. I'd actually love to see these people be in the top for like the Unreal Cup or other stuff like that. So absolutely crazy. They outperformed Exit, Clicks, and CourageJD. They actually almost tripled Clicks's and CourageJD's kills. I mean, it's CourageJD, but yeah, once again, crazy performance by them. 155 eliminations is absolutely wild. No, the second best was 152 and 153. So once again, Muzz was not far behind and Elite Pump was not far behind, but for being a completely unknown team to at least me and popping off and getting the most kills in the tournament is absolutely crazy. But yeah, guys, if you want to watch more content like this, let me know down in the comments below. If you guys want me to do more breakdowns of like solo victory cups, players, or if you guys want to watch some of my own gameplay of me playing in tournaments like the Unreal Cup and stuff like that, let me know down in the comments below. If you guys did like, once again, like the video, subscribe, and comment down below what your favorite part of this video was, as well as once you guys go into the item shop, make sure to use code FLOWIN to help support me. Just type in FLOWIN and press search and make sure it's applied and then close. As well as one last thing, shameless plug, but go play my new mechanics map. It is an absolutely banger map. It's right here. It's Aim Edit Peace Training Mechanics V1. And if you guys want to find it, just go into Discover, search in Flowin. After you search Flowin, go to Creators, and it should be the first creator that actually pops up. You can click on me, and then you can follow me and then play my map. New updates weekly, so go test it out, guys. Once again, thank you all for taking time out of your day to watch my video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace, guys.